So this video is about how you can do the bank reconciliation in QuickBooks Online. Well, first we need to discuss about what exactly the bank reconciliation is and why you do need that. So basically, banks, what they did is they send you the list of transactions that you do on every single month. So let's say you transfer some of the amounts to your friends, family, or any other person. So that transaction would appear in your bank statement. But that bank statement is not showing up the correct and easy to understand picture of your business. So what exactly you need is a summarized report of how your business is going through an everyday basis or on a monthly or a weekly basis, how your business is going through and how much money you are making or how much money you are losing. That's where we do the bookkeeping, and that's where the QuickBooks Online and other accounting software comes in. So we use those softwares to record your transactions, to reconcile the transactions, and prepare a profit and loss. So you would know that how much money you made or you lost money over the period of time. So, so on the screen, if I started sharing my screen, so you would see an interface of QuickBooks Online, and there are around 8 transactions which are under review, which means if we connect our QuickBooks account with our bank account, these transactions will automatically flow through your bank account into QuickBooks without any hassle. So these transactions will come through the QuickBooks and these will show up in your QuickBooks account. So what the next step would be here is to record these transactions and click on add and make sure to categorize these transactions properly. How do we categorize these transactions? Well, that totally depends upon how the transaction descriptions are. So let's say we have used UPS to transfer some of the mails to our customers, or we use postages to get some checks from our customers. So that's where we will use UPS for our business services. So that's where the UPS comes from. And if we have meta ads are used for Facebook ads, so that would be part of Facebook ads. UPS is that categorization. State Farm would be the part of State Farm, and Marriott is the name of hotel, so that would be part of the travel expenses. So if we categorize these transactions correctly and we click on all of them and click on accept, and if you click on accept, all these transactions will be recorded. And if you click on add, they will add the transaction separately as we click on those one by one. Okay. So add, add, and I know that all the categorization are accurate. I will just click on accept. So I also converted my bank statement into an Excel file. So we would know that all the transaction we did is there and make sure that everything is accurate. So let's move towards our reconcile section. So if we just go to transaction and click on reconcile, we will have to give them the statement ending date, what exactly the ending date is, and what's the balance is. So the ending balance is 545. So we will add 545 here, and ending date is 31st of June, 30th of June in 2025. So let's see, 30th of June 2025, the last month. Okay, and then we click on reconciling. So these will show up all the transactions which are coming through up in our QuickBooks account, and we will use it to make sure that all the transactions that should be there are there. So let's do this. We will go towards our reports and see, make sure that all the transactions are there which needs to be there. So we will go towards our balance sheet, and if you can see, our closing balance should be exactly 545 at the date of 30th of June 2025. Okay, so let's open our checking account, and you can see the closing balance is negative 13,955. So we can just match up all the transactions that we have and make sure that the balance is matching up. So we have 500 there, we have 29,000, and you can see there is no drop deposit transaction, but which needs to be there. So if we just see it, if we check, is there any $500 transaction in there at this specific date? And I think there is no transaction. So we should delete this one. We click on this transaction and we click on more and click on delete and delete. And this will remove the transaction from our QuickBooks account. So the only transaction, if we just refresh it, we have one thing which is left. Our deposit transaction is not there. So if we just match all the other transactions, like 2900, you can see 2900 is here. If we just match it up, 142 negative, 142 negative, it's the same. And 1830 negative, 1830 negative, 2481 negative, 2481 negative. These are all the withdrawals. Negative $4,000. Okay, we don't have that negative $4,000 here. So we should also delete this one. Click on more, click on delete, and the transaction will get deleted. And click on refresh. Okay, and now we have 553, 249, 249 and 553, both are there. Negative 900 and 400, negative 900 and 400. So these are also there. The only transaction which is left is receive transaction, which is $10,000. So we need to record this transaction. So click on new, click on deposit. So this is a positive transaction. So all the transaction which are positive needs to be recorded as a deposit. So 13/4/2025. So you can see 13/4/2025. You can just select sales as deposit. So let's see this, and amount should be 10,000. So yeah, these are all the transactions that needs to be recorded. Click on save and close. And when it's done, you can click on refresh, and the closing balance should exactly the same. So you can see it is 545 and it is 545. It means that every transaction which needs to be recorded there is already recorded there. So what's the other way that you can do is you can click on settings, click on chart of accounts. And when you click on chart of accounts, you can click on checking account and click on account history. And from here, you can see all the transactions which are here and the closing balance. So you can change the sort function from here and you can check all of the things. Click on reconcile and you will move towards this page. So this page is used to reconcile the bank account. So let's say if we just add any balance here, I don't know, sometimes it starts glitching, but we can see it in any other video how to do the reconciliation during this way. So I hope you understand this video and see you in the next one.